The musical score of a film can really make it or break it. It can be the difference between making the film a cult classic or a complete catastrophe. So the role of the film composer is really quite important, and choosing who does the music is just as important. One such film composer that has worked on many well-known movies is Alexandre Desplat. These are his career highlights. Alexandre Michel Gérard Desplat was born in 1961 in Paris, France, and began playing the piano when he was only 5 years old, and later learned to play the trumpet and flute. When he was young, he began to garner an appreciation for film music when his parents brought back movie soundtracks from the States and decided to be a film composer after hearing John Williams' score for Star Wars in 1977. Desplat studied music at the Paris Conservatory, as well as in Los Angeles for a short time, and while working on his very first feature film, Desplat met violinist Dominique Solry-Lemonnier. Lemonnier would end up becoming his favorite soloist, as well as his wife. She is Desplat's inspiration and has become a major influence in his music. Alexandre would score over 50 European films, working with directors like Philippe de Broca and Francis Jéhu, before making his way into Hollywoodland. His big Hollywood break came in 2003 after scoring Girl with a Pearl Earring, starring Colin Firth and Scarlett Johansson. In 2005, Desplat won his first César for his work on the French film The Beat That My Heart Skipped. 2 years later, Desplat would receive his very first Oscar nomination for his score on The Queen, and his second in 2008 for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Alexandre composed the music for Roman Polanski's film The Ghost Rider, winning his second César in 2010, and worked on Twilight, New Moon, Coco Before Chanel, and The King's Speech that same year. The following year, Desplat scored the last 2 films of the Harry Potter franchise, as well as 9 other films including Carnage, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and The Ides of March. In addition to film music, Desplat has also composed several classical pieces, and in June 2013, his Concerto for Flute and Orchestra premiered in France. That same year, he received his 6th Oscar nomination for his work on the film Philomena. Desplat composed 5 major scores in 2014 and received a rare double Oscar nomination for The Imitation Game and The Grand Budapest Hotel. He finally won his first Oscar for The Grand Budapest Hotel, and marked the first time a composer won against another of their scores, since John Williams was nominated for Star Wars and Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 1978. He won a second Oscar in 2018 for his score on Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water, and was nominated again in 2020 for Little Woman. To date, Alexandre Desplat has won 2 Oscars, 3 BAFTAs, 3 Césars, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 Grammys among over 53 nominations. You can hear some of Desplat's newest compositions in George Clooney's The Midnight Sky on Netflix, Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.